Boys, what is something you didn't know about girls until you got with one? The amount of hair just everywhere. They share way more details with their friends than we do. That a 5 feet tall, 100 pounds woman is capable of taking you an entire king-sized bed. They shower in hell. How expensive bras are. Growing up I assumed they were like underwear, $7.99 for a 4-pack at Target. I didn't know that birth control had so many, often prevalent, side effects. They didn't get an RGASM by driving your fingers into them. Man, was I surprised that you just need to gently rub it like a genie bottle. Also, Janet, I'm sorry about trying to dig my way to China via your askreddit in high school. That they pay to get their acrylic nails removed. That hair washing is something that needs planning for and has consequences if missed or overdone. Also, certain kinds of underwear suit certain types of clothes. To be clear on the underwear, I meant some sets of knickers are for particular outfits, i.e. my ex had thongs purely for nice dresses so it wouldn't show. Edit. Blimey, this got busier than I thought. To be clear lads, I never doubted guys with long hair had to wash it too. I have just always had short hair and never knew it could be such a complex process for anybody. That finding the clitoris is not, as I had been led to believe by pop culture jokes, an impossible adventure requiring endless amounts of cunning, fortitude, and a Sherpa guide. Like, it's light rally right there. It's impossible to not find. I have no idea what that joke is about. Not me, but I saw a post once where a guy was super confused about the rocks in his GFS shower, and had come to ask what they are and where he could find them to put in his shower so she would feel comfortable. In a put a stick and leaf in a jar for a frog vibe. He thought you'd just find them out. She had pumice stones. Edit. For those wondering, pumice stones are the bubbly looking rocks that you can use to exfoliate the bottoms of your feet with. They are made when lava hardens super quick. Also, they are so filled with holes that they can float in water. When they tell you their problems, they don't want you to solve them. They just want you to listen and sympathize with their plight. Even if you have a quick and easy solution, keep it to yourself and pretend that the issue is just as bad as they think it is. Edit. Well, this caught fire. Thank you for the awards. Also, for the people complaining, I don't make the rule, don't blame me. That endometriosis is a lot worse than whatever they describe in textbooks. Their pockets are fake. That there is a lotion for like every body part. That they plan when they're going to shower their hair and when not to. Heat vampires. They suck the heat out of you in bed. It's way lower down than you think. No clue how they aren't bald with all the hair they lose everywhere. Their hands are awfully cold. They'll suck the heat right out of you when you're cuddling, and they shower with water at the temperature of molten steel. Oh, and the amount of hair everywhere is ridiculous. Doctors just do not listen to women about their own bodies. My GF and ex have both had me go into doctor appointments with them so I could verify what they're saying about their own bodies. It is mind-blowing to experience. Eyelash curlers existed grown up with sisters but never saw them use one, but my GF at the time pulled one out as we were looking to go out. I was perplexed and horrified. That they are absolute hit at retaining heat and will attempt to steal yours at all costs. They also like your body's natural scent, aka musk. That towel wrapped on their head actually contains hair. Don't yank it. It's more under than in front. Will never get hungry or want anything to eat until after your food arrives. I am thinking about nothing is an alien concept for them. Those aren't oop stains. Hair ties, everywhere. How bad period cramps can get. Watching someone who I knew to be a strong person mentally get reduced to basically just crying on the couch for days. That was eye-opening. Edit. Hey, this comment is getting a lot of traction, so it's worth mentioning as a sort of PSA. I've been with 2 women who had cramps that bad, and both of them it basically got resolved when they got an IUD. Not completely fixed, but like 10% as bad as it was. Worth checking out, if you deal with that kind of hit too. An earring or necklace always gets left behind. Right now I have a single earring on my bedroom nightstand, a woman's scarf on the table by the front door, and a necklace on a piece of furniture in the living room. And I don't even have a girlfriend. How soft their skin feels. The clitoris is right there peeking out at you from under its little hood. It not tucked up under her spleen or hidden behind an ovary. Discharge. It's normal. It's natural. But in the beginning I thought she had a problem with bladder control. I thought that for menstrual pads, the sticky sides were to stick to the body to stay attached, rather than on the underwear. Also, just how bad the unprompted sexts are. I mean, I'm a gay dude where that's not uncommon, but that's usually like unsolicited ick pics on Grindr or something. My girlfriends will randomly get aggressive texts from like the realtor who showed them open rental properties last year, or a guy in her lab class she's literally never spoken to, and like frequently. They use an absurd amount of toilet paper. No thating, but I wasn't prepared for that. Edit. For those of you plugging bidets, please link your recommendations with your comments. I was pretty surprised by the fact that most girls sleep hanging upside down from the rafters and can't be fed after midnight. Those mini hair clip things that look like paper clips, they are not just a fashion accessory but a territorial marker. See how many you find around the house after your girl stays for a night or two. Tears of joy. I've never loaded a dishwasher correctly a single day in my life. There's a second hole they pee from. Their vaginal discharge can bleach underwear. How young girls are when they start being sexually harassed. That being single in actuality wasn't that bad. They're just as disgusting as men, they're just prettier and more sly about it. Women can be and often are much messier than men. That vaginas have a smell. Not in a bad way. And in hindsight makes sense, it's a body part with internal fluids. Just didn't think about it until I got with a girl. How much they can eat when they aren't hungry. Hair everywhere, even in yo underwear, lol, rolling on the floor laughing. How good their after shower wet hair smell. They are soft and smooth as UCK. Like it feels nice to hold them or cuddle them. Oh, and the shampoos and body lotions they use smells *ucking nice. I learned quite young that if you volunteer to pick up pads, tampons, snacky treats at the drug store, you'll be viewed as a god not only by your lady, but by every other woman who sees you buying the hit. Never once have I gotten the side eye or been judged by anyone. It's always been quite the opposite. Hell, sometimes the cashier with me when I've got a cart full of pads and a family-size bag of dark chocolate candy bars. Boggles my mind that people wouldn't do something so simple for their so when they're miserable. I don't have to spend 5 days every month bleeding from an orifice and feeling absolutely miserable, so I'll gladly take going to the store for you. Any man that thinks that we're the physically stronger ex has clearly never tried to pull the bed sheets away from his wife in the middle of the night. Had no idea before I was in a long-term relationship just how often women get public, unwanted attention from male strangers. I'm not around people who do that I know of, and it's never occurred to me to do something like that. So anytime I heard about that kind of thing or saw it depicted in media, I thought of it as an outlier or an old trope. Nope, it's an everyday thing, and it's kinda ucked up. Hair clogged drains. Never had that problem before. Lava showers. Virtually no sense of pain when it comes to boiling showers. They don't oop or fart, been married 48 years and still waiting. They're extremely easy to talk to about anything. Like I, 19M, kinda knew that. I was never afraid of talking to girls, but when I got with my current girlfriend, first real and mature GF, I found out he could literally talk to her as if she was one of my homies and as if she was my girlfriend. She is me lover and best friend. Can talk to anything and I love that. They don't have alls. Fearful face. That washing your hair is a dreaded event that is not performed daily. They smell really nice. How they have a special ability to convert a room into a sanctuary, a house into a home. Magical. Mascara floats around in the eyeball quite often. The fear that's been imprinted on you about taking a hit. Not just in public, but like anywhere. Dude, just drop the bomb, nobody cares and everyone poops. Plus, once you get in a long-term situation, it is inevitable that you'll get the hits at some point. That really shatters any illusions you may have built up. How sketchy it is for them to walk home at night in a city. It sucks that it's always assumed that offering to walk a girl home is hoping to spend the night there. Sometimes I just want to do something nice for a friend. Americans, what do Europeans do that you find really weird? UCK off BuzzFeed. Make people pay to use public toilets. I lined in Germany 3 years. I loved everything about it, except one thing. Personal space doesn't exist in lines. I'd be standing in line at a store and the next person behind me is breathing down my neck. Step back, man. I lived in Europe for 2 years. One thing that stands out is people were much more fashion conscious. I view clothes as fabric that I am mandated to wear so that I am not arrested. I do find it a bit odd that everyone sort of agrees nothing happens in August. Like, for a whole month, you better not need anything done. Even doctors seem scarce. Edit. To be clear, August is the vacation month in many places in Europe. While August is a popular time to go away in the US, summer vacations seem more distributed through the school-less months. In Europe, however, it just seems understood no one will work in August, or at least a large part of it. Specifically Germans, Berliners, in this case. When you move, you take the kitchen with you. That is just mind-boggling to me. 2 Germans will go into an office and shut the door as though they're taking about something important. Nope, just soccer. A lot of European cultures eat dinner so late at night. I can't image eating my dinner at 8 or 9 at night. I think certain countries need to be specified really. The cultures of the UK and Greece are completely different to make a blanket statement and #X200B, edit. Currently fighting back waves of Americans disputing this right now. Yes, every country is different in different parts the same. California is different to Wisconsin or wherever. In the UK, the Southeast is different to the North. Itch about Americans being loud and obnoxious when French people exist. I'm going to Europe on my honeymoon, and it's been crazy to me how other countries just have open borders. I'm taking the ice from Germany to France and there's no border checks? It's really fascinating to me. Not weird, but I'm always pretty impressed by their grasp of languages. Here's Ivan straight out of the mean streets of Moscow who speaks better English than I do, and he also speaks Portuguese and Mandarin. Depends which countries. I've always found it weird that a lot of them think hugging is more intimate than kissing someone on the cheek. Edit. I know it isn't actually kissing someone on the cheek most of the time. I'm referring to how someone touches your face with their face that I extremely intimate. I am from and work in sea and work with both Euros and Americans. The Americans adjust to heat and humidity pretty fast and well, the Euros not so much. The smoking culture. When my family and I visit Edit was like everyone smoked, even young people and teens. No one has screens on their windows in Europe. How do you open your window without getting a house full of bugs? In Paris, I was offered a seat on the metro when there was none every single time. I'm a senior, very seldom happens here. No ice in the water. The fact that many can take 2 hours for lunch in the middle of a day and it is considered to be a norm. I worked at a spa and people all around the world would come. The Europeans were so comfortable getting naked like it's nothing. Mind you, this is 5 stars. Celebs and Ms. Universe models come to this spa, and Europeans will walk naked like nothing. Edit. Personally, I don't care about nudity, but I can understand others not wanting to see urging. So it's not a sexual problem thing for me. I just don't want to see it. EDIT2 for the slow ones who keep saying, don't look. I worked there and there was averagely 50+ naked men at attendant in the locker room. Every corner you go they're there. I can't remember if this is Ireland specific or anything in the rest of Europe, but the bathroom light switch being outside of the door. Pray tell, Ireland, just how many times a father or a sibling has flicked the switch on and off or just straight up turned it off while you were doing your business. Sneezes get no reaction. I have since come around to their point of view, but for a minute there I was like, where are my blessings? Speak multiple languages. Most Europeans I know speak at least 2. Leaving babies napping outside, alone, in cold weather. This is specifically aimed at the Scandinavians. I was in Denmark in November and it was a super windy, cold week, ranged from -6 degrees to -9 degrees Celsius, and this honestly stunned me. I admire that people feel so safe that they edit. I know -6 isn't super cold for Scandinavia, but I have low cold tolerance and it was also windy in Copenhagen. American and European, the only 2 world regions known for Reddit.